So very important points I need to make. People need to know what's going on in this house, my life. I reveal dark secrets that I feel are important to be revealed, and then that there's people that despise me for that. Understandably, they don't want to get into trouble. I don't want to get anyone into trouble. I want the truth that sets us free be revealed, so oppression will stop. So first I'm going to post in the description the website tanyasavedmylife.com. I feel people need to know what Tanya did. She says she didn't do it. God did it using her. I agree. God saved my life through Tanya. And if you have, no one can know what being perpetrated with dark psychology methods by a cruel squatter for a year and a half feels like. It's torture. And it's intentionally done using gaslighting, so it doesn't register in the code, in the penal code. And cops are trained to facilitate it, support it. And so that was done. And then if Tanya hadn't been in this house, I would be dead. There's no doubt in my mind, or maybe damaged in a serious way. And that's why I want the previous addresses that squatter had occupied be investigated to what happened to her previous victims. I have that list. I ask any journalist, investigator, TV producer who contact me, I will send you that list. So the claim of the squatter was I was forcing her to have sex. It was abusing her. And that she couldn't make that claim because Tanya was here having sincere intimacy with me. It couldn't work. That she was foiling the narrative of the squatter, her false accusations to the police, which was having them come and scold me and support her. So the squatter, I have the videos, was talking to her in the backyard and the front yard, trying to groom her to support, to collaborate with her in the scam by supporting her false accusations, and to go, they both of them wanted to go see a lawyer together. She was inviting her to go to a lawyer together. And then at some point she lied to her. She said, like, I was asking her, the squatter, for sex, and then it was revealed it was a lie that she said intentionally to get her to move. She did come and be angry at me, and the lie was exposed. And then, so on that first violation of the restraining order, when the cops were refusing to communicate to enforce the restraining order that Tanya had testified in court, we got that. And then so the cops were refusing, and while they were refusing that communication method that they're trained to do, to block communication intentionally, to support scams and abusers and squatters, the squatter walked out with Tanya's dog, a dear buddy, which I consider martyr, a sacrifice that was made in order to save my life. And I'm indebted to that, and buddy's buried there, and many will miss him. And then, so that was the first event. Another event was we went to my mom's house to take refuge when we were scared for our lives. The police officers that refused to help in any way at all. I was explaining to them. I'll put that link, that video that we kept asking, telling them we're here because the person we have the restraining order against is threatening us. We're scared. Mom hit Tanya. We should have filed against my mom for doing that. And then so they did nothing, and then so Tanya's therapist put her on a bus, sent her back to South Carolina. She was in a strict Christian rehab, and then her dad passed. And I have respect for her dad, who is a veteran, Vietnam War. I consider George Orion my dad in a way, my stepdad. My mom's boyfriend, who gave that house that she lives in to her, he was a World War II veteran and a Pierce College professor, and I have his my mom's YouTube channel that has my final conversations with him, the videos of him talking about his life. Vehanush.com. Vehanush is George's mom, and he dedicated this to his mom. So Tanya's family, a lot of them despise me, understandably, because I revealed that dad was murdered. Tanya's dad was murdered, and I had contacted police stations in South Carolina and Texas, Bryan, Texas, about information I knew that they're keeping. And just the other day, she said again that she's keeping secret. She knows who did it, and she's keeping that secret. And then it turned out, I thought if Tanya moves here, she wouldn't be influenced by her brother Richard Holloway, who was him and his son Garrett were verbally abusing Tanya, and I'm not saying this to harm. I would want Richard be given and Garrett to be given, everyone in that family to be given immunity, so that they will reveal the dark secret. They will reveal who the murderer of their dad is. I do propose legislation to give immunity to perpetrators in dark secret families, so that secrets will be revealed, and they won't be prosecuted. They will be set free, and that is my intention in this case. So I want you to hear how Tanya's brother was talking to me.
Do your coke, go do your drugs.
I don't
with someone else.
I don't
Leave
do drugs or cocoa drugs. I don't do any chemicals. Richard, okay, Richard,
So you just human traffic people. I see.
Richard,
Okay.
you have not talked to me. You don't know me. I'm not the person you think I am.
I've seen your Facebook.
You've seen me doing drugs or trafficking?
I've seen what you do, dude.
Alright, Richard.
This is it, dude.
You've seen me harming people? I work with kids who have autism. So, several times that's been my experience with Richard, and that's been consistent, and that's what Tanya was being subjected to in Bryan, Texas, where they resided, and that's where the dad had passed, and And then so I believe that if Tanya came here, she wouldn't be under his influence. But she was. I was wrong. And she had that same tone with her ever since she started talking to me after she had returned to, after she had left here. She went to South Carolina, and then her brother took her to Bryan, Texas. She was mean, and she was constantly using methods to frame me, gathering evidence much like the squatter was doing. So, and then I thought I'd give it a chance. We were gonna talk to sign her up with insurance here and get therapists and address these. And it got severe. Couldn't tolerate being around her. And then I realized it was at Peter's house. Her conversation with her brother, as I was there, sounded very much like they're like plotting against me. And then, so I recorded what went on there. I'll play it for you now.
How about that?
Richard, I was trying to help her.
You are a loser, dude.
Hey, that's what she gets it from you. She gets it from you. That's why she treats me the way she does. Because you're in the background encouraging her to do that way. Right? You sent her here. Ever since I started talking to her, you've been encouraging her to badmouth me. She wasn't like this before. She's constantly framing me and collecting evidence for you. You sent her here on a mission. She was always, since we started talking, bad-mouthing me, saying Deuteronomy, God's gonna get you, I'm not gonna get you. It's in your interest that she talked to me that way. That's why she's the way she is.
Oh, yeah. I've got her brainwashed, huh?
Why are you talking to me this way?
You are a stupid piece of crap.
Well, you are as you describe. Go ahead. I'm listening to you. Go ahead. This is how she treats me. No wonder, because you're in the background.
Give me my phone.
Why? No wonder she would be talking to me that way. Because he's in the background encouraging you. If that's his opinion of me, right? If you're talking to her, then that's why. Go ahead. I'm leaving because you came here and he's talking to you and he feels that way about me. No wonder you treat me as you do. Right? You're still loyal to him, and he's
my brother.
I know, and he hates me, and you're talking to him. So does Neda. That's why you're against me. I'm leaving. Okay, I don't belong here. I have enemy here. He's my enemy, obviously, and you're talking to him, and Neda's my enemy. So that was just day after yesterday that this occurred. And then Tanya told me the other day, three of us were there, that she knows who murdered her dad and is keeping it secret. Well, she said it herself to us. So I think part of her is crying for help. She did come here for help. I do think her brother is influencing her, manipulating her. That method of, she was calling herself piece of crap, which she is being told, as you are hearing, as I was told. There's cults that demean the individual and say everything's your fault. She kept saying you are the constant, meaning everything's okay, only you're bad. This is Gaslighter's favorite. Detective Martinez said that to me on the second floor West Valley police station. He said, if you have a problem, everybody, you're the problem. And the squatter was saying the same thing. He said, everything in my life is okay except for you. That's what they tell you. They humiliate you, frustrate you. And then Anita and her dad and my cousin Albert were using that same method, repeating over and over and over again, something's wrong with you. You need to see psychiatrists. You need meds. When I kept sending them footage of all of the healing sessions, psychologist sessions, psychiatrist sessions, but they weren't hearing me. They pick and choose, cherry pick what they want to hear, and they ignore the facts that show that they're being cruel and unfair of their treatment of me, trying to get my mom's inheritance. So, I'm Zeke Matevosian. I claim my whistleblower protection rights to bring you these facts, and I claim my First Amendment right guaranteed by the Constitution of the United States. I mean no harm to anyone. I just want the truth to come out so all of these families, including my own, with dark secrets, will be set free. In Jesus' name, amen.